Hey, welcome back, everybody. Um, I guess we'll beat some beans, ramble on about some worms. I just want to take a moment and tell everybody thank you. Picked up a bunch of subscribers, got a bunch of views. It's really awesome. I'm glad y'all are like enjoying what I'm doing, and I'm glad to bring you along with me and do the worm thing. Anyway, so like I said, I just want to tell everybody thank you. If it wasn't for y'all, I'd just be doing this by myself. So let's get to feeding some bins here. These bins are the January set. I think I fed them last week, and we'll go through them and give them a feed and see what they're doing, see what they're looking like, see what they've eaten. Somebody asked how deep my bedding was, and these are pretty shallow bins. The whole bin's probably 4.5 inches deep, and so some of them are roughly 2.5 inches, 3 inches of bedding. Some of them are around about an inch and a half to 2 inches of bedding. They eat it down as I put it in. It constantly goes up, down, up, down. So that's how deep I'm running them. These are just breeder bins. I keep them thin so that they can bump into each other. They don't have eyes. They don't have arms. So they have to really feel each other through contact. So that's how we keep them close. So that way there's more chances of them bumping into each other and making us some new babies. I don't know when I'm going to do a reset. I want to do one. I'm so impatient, but I'm fighting it. I picked up some new bins the other day at the store, and I can reset 4 new bins when I do split them out. Then the rest of the overstock will go into the big bins and so forth. So I had to make up some more food. I've changed into a big pot. So this is a mix of vegetables. I think corn, potatoes, pineapple, some lettuce leaves that were left over. Just do it all in the blender. Got them a nice smoothie made, and they'll tear it up. They've been eating that sweet stuff I've been feeding them. I've been accused of spoiling them, and yeah, they're spoiled. But like I said, they'll eat it, and everybody will be happy. And if they slow down, that's fine with me too. I come down here about every 7 days, 10 days, and feed them. And if I can cut that out, that'd be great. Give me some more time to do other projects. I was checking. I had to get my peepers out, and took a look and got plenty of cocoons. So they're doing what they're supposed to be doing for me. Let's see what these look like. Yeah, maybe a little bit of food right there. Yeah, just a little chunk there at the end. I don't know what that's about. It seems like they don't eat it here. It seems like they eat it here, and by the time they get to here, I'm catching them. So, which is okay. Definitely looking good. Oh, yeah, they're definitely. See, I hate bothering them. I want to though. I want to go around and fluff it all up and take a look and see what's going on. But I know they're better off if I'll leave them alone. They're better off. So I have to fight that. But yeah, I appreciate everybody subscribing. I appreciate everybody coming and checking the stuff out. We got killer views, and we don't. I wish I had as many subscribers as I did viewers, but hey, I'll take whatever I can get. Like I said, I'm not in it. I'm not trying to make some living off of YouTube. I do not want to be an influencer on YouTube. I'm just a worm, crazy old babbling worm guy. So we'll give them a little food here and send them on their way. I will make a comment to anybody watching. It's doing worms. The bedding is food too, so you always calculate that as feeding them. They will not starve if I just left them in here with just the bedding. They wouldn't starve one bit. I feed them the added nutrients just to fatten them up and keep them happier, and I guess spoil them a little bit. And a happy worm will make you a bunch of cocoons. So that's one of the tricks to the whole breeding process. This is like a Airbnb farm right here. This is their little chateau here, and I try to keep room service at a steady so that everybody's happy. And like I said, I've looked through two of them, and I was like, hey, I don't see any cocoons. And then I had to get my glasses out and went to spotting them. They blend in, the cocoons blend in really good with all these different little shades of yellow and brown, and so it's kind of hard to spot them out, but they're in there, so I'm okay with it. These things have run 60 days now, and coming up on 60 days, so it won't be long, and they'll be headed to the reset. And so I've got to time that roughly in this 60-day window that I usually do. So I do 60 days on my breeders, and the only reason why I do that is because that gives a chance for the hatchlings to, some of them, to mature into adults. And then when I do the reset, the split off, I wind up with more adults, which makes my breeder bins easier to run. And then the cocoons and the hatchlings that are left, they'll all be dumped into one big bin with the leftover unprocessed bedding to hatch out. And so I'm trying to bring my breeders up and my population up. So that's probably some food right there. Let's see. No, just a bunch of happy worms. Yeah. Uh-oh. Did we find a set already? Nah. Not hooked. But so yeah, like I said, just always calculate that you are feeding your worms by adding bedding. I mean, you know, they eat the cardboard, they eat the paper. This bedding, the reason why I choose it is it's actually a little bit more nutritious. This is, you know, the compost and the leaf mulch mixed together, and coffee grounds and all that put in, but it's still bedding, but it's always food. So like I said, there was a guy took a handful or two of worms, dumped them in a bin, throwed a bunch of shredded cardboard in there, wet it all down, kicked it under the steps for I think like 6 months, and came back to see if everybody was still alive, and they had eaten every bit of cardboard. And he had these light sandy colored castings, and they didn't starve, they didn't die, they were fine. They probably weren't as happy as these spoiled little things, but hey, they did what the experiment worked. So there's a chunk. But yeah, just main thing is I try not to bother them. I hate getting involved with them. They do their job just fine without my help. I just like to feed them, and it's addictive. I don't know how many people are doing it, but if you get into it, it's fun. And you know, there's just different aspects. People have different reasons for doing it. I'm doing it for the worms. I'm growing the worms is what I'm doing. So, and then I'm not even going to sell the worms. I'm going to start giving them away to friends and family nearby. I'd like to do a giveaway here, but I don't know if I want to get into that. I've already seen some people have some trouble with people not getting packages and stuff like that. And I already know how it is with shipping when I order stuff off of eBay. Your package was delivered, and you go down to the post office, and the lady's like, I ain't got no package for you. And I'm like, okay, we'll try it again. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll try. We might try something. I don't know. It'd be nice. I don't know how many people are in North Carolina that are watching. if you're from North Carolina, give me a holler in the comments and let me know. But like, yeah, just let everybody just tell me where you're from. But a little bit here, I can hear it, feel it. Yeah, there. They got a big old chunk here. And the food I'm feeding them too, it's slow food this time. It's a little bit of sweet. Like I said, I threw some pineapple in there with it. But just trying to slow them up a little bit. They're working me to death trying to feed them. And I don't know. I sit and think, I'm like, man, I need to go feed the worm. And here I go going and feeding the worms. That's a pretty good chunk of food, actually. We're going to just let that. We're going to let that section run. Yeah, definitely. No need to overfeed them at all. That's when you get into big problems. Overfeeding. Everybody scared they're going to starve them to death. They got plenty to eat in here anyway. So, they make some good old dark black castings for me, though, when you feed them that stuff. They sail through it. Anybody trying to make quick castings, feed them fast food, blended, bananas, apples, things of that nature. Stay away from corns, potatoes, anything like that. Anything kind of thick and not sweet. They will tear up bananas and apples and fruit cocktail and just anything like that. Blend it up, feed it to them. They'll go through it in anywhere from 5 to 7 days. They'll knock it out. And then feed it to them again. Let them keep running. So yeah, there's 2 stages of cocoons there. The bright yellow on the left and the little bit more maroon colored on the right. Those are going to make us some beautiful babies. So, but yeah, anybody got any questions? Don't hesitate to drop it in the comments. Let me know what you want. And another thing, this is for y'all a little bit more than it is for me. What do you want to see? You want to see more feet? You want some more crazy experiments? You want to try to feed them some meat? We're going to feed them some cheese. What do y'all feel like? Let's spice it up. What's everybody want? You got an idea that you would like to do, but you're not doing worms, or you're trying to get into it, and hey, you're scared you're going to kill your 500 worms. I got more than 500 worms. We could sacrifice 100 or 200 worms for an experiment. And you let me know. Let me know what you think. Anybody got any crazy ideas? I might be game with it. See, now that's funny. This bin, they ate it all. And the other 2 bins before, they ate it all. But that middle bin there, they just wasn't feeling it. So, but like I said, let me know. You got an idea? You want to risk it? Let's risk it. I'll be game. There we go. That's how you feed 5 bins of spoiled, rotten little kids all at one time. Keep that little bit there. Now, this stuff here, I blend it and get it ready, and then I put it in a container, and I set it in here in the worm room, and I just leave it, and it just sits there. And the more it sits here, the more it breaks down. You know, if you take ripe fruit out of a can or out of your refrigerator or whatever, and you blend it up, it's going to take a little bit for that to break down for them to get on it. So I kind of jump start that process. I just go on and let it set out and let it start. And then that way, by the time I get ready to dump it in here in their bin, it's already done started the breakdown process, so they can actually get on it even faster. And that's excuse me, but that's I guess part of the fast. You know, like I said, people wanting fast castings. Some people are trying to get ready for spring, We're already through what, the second fall spring of the year. Now it's like 34 degrees outside. We're back to that again. But people trying to get ready for spring for their gardens and stuff like that. They want fast castings and feed them fast food. Blend it, make it sweet, do that, and go on and blend it up and get it broke down. People talk. I see some people talking about we're gonna have to split the bins out because it's not processing, or I'm about to get some more worms because it's not processing fast enough for our food scraps. Blend them up. They'll eat them faster. Go on and blend it all up. Put it in a bucket. Set it in your worm room or wherever you can set it, and let it start breaking down. And use it as you go, and then it'll get better to them the longer it waits for you to feed it to the bin. And then the the faster they'll be able to eat it because it already started to break down. So that's just a tip you can use. So yeah, another thing, worm channel people. If you make a video, when you type in your title for your video, hit the hashtag symbol and then type in vermicompost and then hashtag worm bin, compost bin, like I do on the titles. If you look at the title, underneath it are all these hashtags. What that hashtag does is it helps YouTube put it in the algorithm they have to find the viewers that want to look at your content. So that's a really helpful thing. And anybody watching, hey, check it out. You don't have to subscribe. I'm not going to beg you to subscribe. At least hit the thumbs up button, because by bumping that button, that sends this thing a little bit higher up the food chain, and it gets them, it makes it more accessible to more people that may need some of this babbling old man worm information that I'm trying to throw out there. So everything you do is appreciated. Like I said, I'm really amazed with the subscribers we've picked up over the last 2 weeks, and just everything. The views, everything's awesome. The shorts are going really good. They're blowing up. I don't know. They seem to blow up about 3 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know what part of the world that is, but somebody over there in that section of the world is really liking my short videos. So like I said, I appreciate you being here with me, and we'll get to it again. That's all that needs to be fed. We fed the other ones 3 days ago. Next time you come back, we'll probably be messing with the cardboard natural bed comparison and pulling more hatchlings out. We'll probably pull another batch out of one of these cocoon bins I've got up here on the top in these smaller bins. And we may take a look in this bottom big bin and see how that bin's going. I think I've already decided just about to let it be a grow out bin, and then that way it'll be a monster grow out bin, and when I get done, it'll be eat up with them. So anyway, I appreciate everybody showing up. Y'all have a good night and or good morning. And like I said, if you don't mind, hit the thumbs up part. You're more than welcome to subscribe so that you will not miss one thing of this old man rambling about worms. So other than that, like I said, I appreciate you all, because like I said, this thing wouldn't happen without y'all. So thank you very much. Y'all have a good night.